Okay, good morning to everybody. So even in the last class, little bit we discussed about regarding materials of sewer. What are all the different types of materials we are going to use for carrying the wastewater or different types of wastewater. So asbestos cement sewers and as well as brick sewers, cast iron sewers, cement concrete sewer, corrugated sewers, plastic sewers, stoneware sewers and wood sewers. So these are all the different types of sewer materials we are going to use. But on what basis we are going to select any one or two types of materials or sewers? So that is the main important. So among these 8 to 9 different types of sewer materials, it is available in the market from minimum size to maximum size. But we have to think for what are all the factors influencing on these materials. That is the main concept. Because all of you already know what is the characteristics of wastewater. Do you know? Okay. So we are collecting the different types of wastewater from different types of sources. Either it may be residential, either it may be commercial, either it may be industrial. So normally whatever the wastewater, simply we call it as municipal wastewater. So these are all the wastewater coming from individual households. That too majorly kitchen waste, bathroom waste, toilet waste and whatever the floors we are going to wash. So in such a type of wastewater, it will not much more harmful to the human being or overall environmental life. So even in the previous class, number of times I mentioned very clearly, what we called as simply municipal wastewater, it is in purely organic in nature. Organic in nature. BOD is always greater than COD. So whatever the industrial wastewater we are going to take, that is vice versa. COD is always more, BOD is always less, because the industrial wastewater consisting of inorganic in nature. It is very difficult to treat. So whatever the municipal wastewater, whatever the simply we call it as organic in nature wastewater, it is very easy to treat it. Are you clear? So even though simply municipal wastewater, whatever the wastewater, so otherwise whatever the organic wastewater can carry in these pipes, there is no restrictions. Even though whatever the industrial wastewater mixed with each other, municipal wastewater, or separately we are carrying, then we have to consider factors. What are all the factors influencing on these materials? That is the major concept. Otherwise, we are the person responsible, direct responsible for creating a nuisance. What do you mean by creating a nuisance? We are the persons responsible for spoil the overall environment. Or it is, we are not taking care about these materials while selecting, it is very harmful to the human being. It is directly affects on human being or animal health, human health, overall environment. Is it right? So how it affects on these pipes? First factor we have to consider cost. Of course, different types of materials are available in the market. We have to think it for, it should be economical. It should be economical. And durability also more. Simply are buying a more money, simply 1 or 2 days or 1 month or 1 year, it will be spoiled. It is not economical in condition due to the different factors influencing on these materials. Normally, all wastewater in character-wise acidic in nature. Acidic in nature. There will be a variation in pH. It is directly influencing on these materials. Are you clear? Abrasion, corrosion. So, these are all the things will be takes place while carrying or while moving the wastewater from source to up to disposal point. There is a continuous flow. So, when the flow we are expecting some particles will be carrying with wastewater, that particles will be strike onto the materials or inner surface. It is directly affects the smoothness. When the smoothness will be spoiled, automatically there will be a chances of abrasion and corrosion. From this what happens? Once the material comes to abrasion or corrosion, there is no strength. We can't expect the strength. Automatically, the pipes or materials can get damaged. Once it damaged, automatically the infiltration and exfiltration will be takes place. So, infiltration, what happens? So, such a type of wastewater will be infiltrated into the groundwater. Percolate into the groundwater. It reaches, once it reaches the groundwater, every groundwater will be spoiled. It is very difficult to treat it. Once we spoil, finished. There is no question of treating in underground water. So, that's why this abrasion and as well as corrosion will be much more important while selecting these materials. And next, imperviousness. What do you mean by imperviousness? Already all of you studied the geotechnic subject, or simply what we call it as soil engineering. Pervious and impervious. Pervious means what? So, it sucks the water. It's having the capability to suck the water. That is permeability. Impermeability means it should not be suck the water either from the inside of the wastewater or outside the water. Are you clear? That is imperviousness. That is third one. And next, resistance to abrasion. Already I mentioned very clearly. Whatever the wastewater flowing in a conduit or whatever the different types of materials we are going to provide for carrying the wastewater. So, along with wastewater, there will be small particles or suspended particles will be flowing on that pipe. So, once it failure in abrasion, there is no chance to maintain. Automatically, it comes to corrosion. Once the pipe gets corroded, automatically the infiltration and exfiltration will be takes place. We are the person directly responsible to spoil the groundwater. Are you clear? Next, strength. What do you mean by strength? So, while moving a wastewater, there will be a fluctuation according to the season wise. Sometimes in a summer season, the pressure or force will be less. Otherwise, the amount of flowing wastewater will be less. Even in the rainy season, there will be more wastewater will be flowing in a pipe. Automatically, the force will be created. It should be take internal pressure and as well as whatever the loads coming on that from external, it should be able to take both the load. That is simply we call it as strength of the material. Are you clear? Next, weight. What do you mean by weight? So, I list out some of the materials used for wastewater, carrying wastewater. When compared with these materials, cement, concrete blocks, asbestos cement sewer blocks, brick sewers, cast iron, coagulated, these are all very much weight when compared with these plastic, stoneware and wood. Are you clear or not? If it is more weight, it is very difficult to handle the sewers while laying or while transporting from one place to another. That is also much more important criteria while selecting. So these are all the points will be directly affects on this while selecting a sewers for or sewer materials for laying out. Are you clear? Next. So what are all the shapes of sewers? Normally, all the people thinking only circular in nature. No, there will be a different shape of materials will be available in the market. Why not only circular? No. Sometimes we are carrying for low amount of wastewater. Some industry or including storm water, we are generating more water, more wastewater. Sometimes in some area, it is clubbed with municipal wastewater. So automatically the amount of wastewater will be more. In that situation, according to the load, we are going to use these different shape of materials. For example, circular sewers. So normally, even in the all of you knows the circular pipes only. This the circular sewer is used to carry the wastewater normally in any type of, either it may be combined sewer, either it may be separate sewer, either it may be partially separate. So there will be three different types of collection. So the circular sewer can be, it is available in minimum of 15 centimeters to maximum up to 1.5 or 2 meter dia in size. We can use it for any type of wastewater should be carried, circular. Even this standard egg-shaped and new egg-shaped. So all of you knows what do you mean by circular in nature. So what do you mean by standard egg-shaped? Later on I will going to show these figures. So it will come like this only. These are all the two different types. We can use it for collecting in a separate sewer also, including combined sewer and as well as separate sewers. So this is horseshoe shaped. So what do you mean by horseshoe shaped? So the pipe is like this, just like horseshoe shaped. This is used for carrying even in combined wastewater. The huge amount of wastewater can be carried from this. So this parabolic and as well as semicircular, semi-elliptical shaped. So these are all the pipes. They are not used for carrying even in combined or separate system. It is only small amount of wastewater can be carried from this. So this, what do you mean by rectangular and rectangular shape? This is only for providing very small amount of wastewater will be carried for this purpose. The rectangular sewer is used. Even though U-shaped, so top is open, U-shaped, you know the letter U, so this is outcut, U-shaped. It is also carried for the combined wastewater, it is used. Semicircular and basket, these are all the two methods will be outdated. basket handle. These are all two semicircular and as well as basket, and previously they are used these two types for collecting very small amount of wastewater. But at present situation, these are all outdated because these two are previously they are used. So already you know how to convey the wastewater. In three methods we can convey the wastewater. One is combined method, another one is separate system, and third one is partially separate system. These are all the three methods we are going to adopt for collecting the wastewater according to the where exactly in which community or which area the persons and industry peoples can generate the wastewater, and whatever the amount of wastewater we are going to extract or collect and carry and directly send it to the treatment unit. Based on this, we are going to select these different types. We are going to lay these different types of materials. Okay. Afterwards, after knowing this material selection and what are all the factors influencing on this sewer materials and as well as shapes of materials. So, after knowing all these things, how to locate these? How to locate the pipes? This is the major thing. How to locate the. So, there will be three different things to be noted. So, that is laying of sewers. What do you mean by laying of sewers? Laying of sewers. First one, setting out. Second one, alignment. Alignment and as well as gradient. Third one, excavation. Excavation of trench, timbering and dewatering. And fourth one, laying and joints. Fifth one, testing. Next, last one, backfilling. So, these are all the different steps involved in while laying the pipes. So, already we know the size, shape, each and everything we are going to know. Afterwards, we have to lay out laying the sewers for carrying and collection purpose from different sources. What do you mean by setting out? How to set the pipes? So, what are all the procedure we have to follow? What are all the procedure we have to follow laying? So, setting out means from the longitudinal section of the sewer line, the position of the two manholes will be provided. In between these two manholes, we are going to connect a sewer line. Right? This is the setting out methods. Right. Next. Second one, alignment and gradient. This is much more important while laying the pipes. Without giving the gradient, we are not maintaining alignment. What is the use? It is very difficult to carry the wastewater to the treatment unit, and also the flow is irregular. We can't maintain properly. Otherwise, there will be a chances of damages occurs. Alignment. How to align this? Normally, the alignment should be in straight line. Straight line, including these manholes provided, and in between these two manholes we have to connect the sewer lines. So, and also the sufficient gradient should be maintained. The sufficient gradient should be maintained. Otherwise, it is very difficult to flow the wastewater through these sewer lines. So, what is the necessity of providing in between these manholes means, if there will be a chances of coming or connecting to the sub-sewers, and majorly it is act as a inspection chamber. If anything happens, we have to maintain from this manhole. And if you want to change any gradient in the manhole or sewer lines, that's why we have to maintain these things. Are you clear or not? Excavation of trenches. How to excavate the trench? How to make the trench? So already you know the basic drawing regarding plan and elevation of the small houses or so and so. So in this excavation, trenches and timbering and dewatering, what it means? First we have to locate the center line. Center line. It should be straight enough. And up to certain distance, we have to make a peg. We have to insert wooden pegs. And also, so it should be visible, and also it should be in straight. And back side, we can simply call it as back side. So to maintain that back side, we have to provide, you take two wooden pegs and make it a narrow, while center line we can excavate the trench. It depends on the trench width, is depends on the size of the pipe, that is the main. So instead of providing 1 meter size, 1 meter dia of pipe, simply we are going to laying out only 15 centimeter size of dia. What is the use of making a trench for 1 meter width? No use. That is uneconomical in condition. So that's why according to the size of the dia, we have to go for a excavate and or make a trench. What do you mean by timbering? If the depth of the trench is more than 1 meter or 1.5 meter up to 2 meter, there will be a sliding of sides of the walls. While trenching, if it is more than 1.5 to 2 meter or more than 1.2 meter, 1.5 meter, there will be a sliding of soil to the inside the trench. To avoid this, we have to provide a timbering or vertically. Vertical timbering should be provided. And what do you mean by dewatering? If crosses more than 1 meter or 1.5 meter depth while making a trench, if the water table is in shallow depth, there will be a chances of filling the water in a trench. Clear? Before going to lay the pipe, we have to remove this water outside. For this purpose only, the dewatering can be made. I mean to say, whatever the filled, there will be chances of filling the water. That water should be removed outside from the use of pumps. Or neither this trench, there will be one more trench can be made to collect this water in this trench, and easily we can work for a or laying a pipe. Are you clear or not? Next, laying and jointing. So after this dewatering, the pipe can be laid and joint should be carefully, we have to join by one pipe to another pipe. It depends on the whatever the materials, either it may be soiled pipe, either it may be PVC pipe, either it may be cement concrete pipes. So to join these two pipes, we have to make a joint. There will be different types of joints. Already all of you know, you are studying in different subjects. For example, even in this materials of construction also you are studying these joints. What are all the different types of joints? So while making a joint, we have to use the different mortars. Either it may be cement mortar, either it may be. But presently, according to the materials, for example, PVC material pipes we are going to use, there is no use of concrete mortar. There will be a chemically oriented paste will be came to the market. It is very easy to join. So while joining this in jointing, there will be some restrictions. The joint should not be allowed to enter the roots inside the pipe. Are you clear? And also the inside the wastewater or water should not be dropped outside, should not come outside, because there will be chances of infiltration. If the roots are entering into the pipes, it obstructs the flow, it reduces the velocity. Hence automatically, if once it reduces the flow or velocity, there will be chances of different gases will be formed. It is directly affects on the materials and as well as those who are involved with the repair works or maintenance works. It is directly influencing on those peoples. That is much more important. That's why while laying and jointing the pipe is much more important. Last one, testing. What do you mean by testing? So how we are going to lay the pipes and how we are going to connect the joints, either it may be right or wrong, we don't know. Because we are laying in a straight line, of course. Normally, while laying a pipes from the tail end to maintain a gradient. From tail end, this is the regular practice we are going to do. Not from the beginning of the tile. End of the tile, we are going to lay upwards. Upwards, we are going to provide or laying a pipes. How to test the pipes? Whether whatever the pipes we are laying, either it is correct or not, we don't know. But by looking purpose, it is very clear. It is in a straight line, of course. How to judge the pipeline gets leaked in a joints or not, we don't know. So for checking purpose, we have to conduct 3 to more tests: air test, water test, like this, flame test. After, so even in the next class, I will going to tell you or explain regarding this testing, how to conduct the test on these sievers. Last one, backfilling. After test is conducted, different types of test is over or conducting on this straightness, then we can go for backfilling. What do you mean by backfilling? So for laying purpose, we are going to dig out or make a trench more than 1 meter or less than 1 meter or up to 2 meter, whatever it may be. So after laying this pipe, so we have to fill with this gap. Before going to lay this pipe, we have to provide a concrete bed at the bottom. Over that, we have to lay the pipe, and this remaining portion will be, I mean to say, for each and every layer should be consisting of 15 centimeter depth. So after spreading the soil, we have to watering, because it gets filled with this gap. Over that, again 15 centimeter soil we have to spread and we have to put the water. Again 15 centimeter soil will be filled, then put the water. Up to end of this trench, we have to use this method only. Okay, that is nothing but backfilling. Are you clear or not? That is nothing but backfilling. Okay. So even in the next class, I will going to take up how to conduct the test. What all the tests should be? What all the tests should be conducted to check out the laying pipes. Then remaining portion will be I will going to cover in the next class. Until take care. Okay.